Morning, King. Right back at you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Morning, Frank. Frank, can you give me a sound check? Not enough snow left. Yesterday we could have tried it. Some of it melted yesterday. Thanks, King. Appreciate you, brother. Pre, mid, and post workout, guys. Black coffee. That's all you need. Stop throwing your money away on that $50 a can poison. Good morning, Goose. Shout out to the Netherlands. Good morning, GP. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. No, I just buy, regular ground coffee and just make it in a drip coffee maker. I used to get the beans, and I have a little grinder, and I did that for a while. And then for no other reason than being lazy, I stopped doing it and just started buying ground coffee. But actually, the instant coffee, back when I was a kid, I've been drinking coffee since I was a kid. And I actually started out on Maxwell House Instant. That was the first coffee I ever had back in the day. In 8 weeks? Oh man, congratulations. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, we're getting a few reps in. I didn't know you had a Bambino on the way. Good for you. Good for you. Well, you're definitely gonna figure it out, brother, because if ever there was a reason to stay in shape, you have one now. And he'll be here, he or she will be here in 8 weeks, right? So you're gonna find that out. Congratulations again, I'm glad to hear that. Good for you. My second grandson will actually be here in any day now, actually, so. But that's the reason. There's your reason right there, brother. To stay well, to stay healthy. For that little one. Goose, I know over here with my daughter, the big thing with a lot of people is the gender reveal things. They find out the sex prior. And my daughter did it twice already, so. And it's just another reason to throw a party. So they had a little bash for that. But is that a thing over by you? Do you guys do that over by you, or is that something that you? Thank you. Yeah, he's going to be here soon. But again, with the little one on the way with you, and what you do now is you strap him on the little papoose, and you have a homemade weight vest. So see, we can adapt, right? There's always a way to do it. There's always a way to do it. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What's the matter? What's the matter? Hands are warming up. It's good. Good morning, Mirko. Shout out to Germany. Right back at you, Mirko. You're a big inspiration also, brother. You're doing really well. Yeah, Goose, I'm on Instagram. Actually, I have a Facebook page, but Facebook is, I mean, you can make a case for all of them, but I think Facebook is really just a cesspool. I mean, I really can't stand it. But I do have a page on Instagram that I post on. Basically the same stuff I put on YouTube, the little short videos. Good morning, Queen. Well, listen, if you need a rest, it's okay. You got to rest the body too, right? Because that's when you grow, right? We're breaking it down when we're doing this, but it's really important to take you as much as you think. And believe me, I go. It's a mind game too. On the days I'm not doing anything, I feel like I'm regressing, but you really are progressing because that's where you're resting and building your body, and hopefully you're eating right. You know what I mean? And that's what builds you back bigger and better. Good morning, Luke. Good day to you, brother. Morning, B. Oh, you guys, where are you at, B? We had some, maybe like a couple of inches yesterday, but then, as you can see, some of it melted off during the day, so not too bad. Luke, I started, way back in high school, I was always, we had a gym, and upstairs they had this old rickety universal like weight stack machine, and I just always, I don't know, there was something about it that caught my interest. And even before that, there was a YMCA in my town, and I used to go to day camp after school, like an after school program. And they had the gym, and we used to play in the gym, dodgeball and, you know, whatever, all the little kids would be playing in the gym. But off the gym was a weight room. And I always used to go over and peep into the weight room. And it was these big guys. This was like back in the late 1970s. It was that far back. And they had those leather weight belts on, and, you know, they were in there like throwing. God, to me, it seemed like 1,000 pounds, you know what I mean? And I was just, it always intrigued me watching that. And then when I got to high school and I saw that universal machine, I used to toy around on that. And the same YMCA that I'm talking about, I couldn't wait. And as soon as I turned 18, I went and got my first membership at that YMCA, and I used to go to the weight room. And I always tell the story, I was so intimidated by that. And this is the God's honest truth. The first day that I got my membership, I went into the weight room, the same weight room that I always looked at when I was a kid. And I was amazed by, you know. And I walked into the gym, and these big guys were in there, you know, pushing the weights and all. And I literally got so intimidated that I just like looked around as if I was looking for somebody, and then made the thing like, oh, he's not here, you know, and then just walked out, because I didn't know what to do, you know, and I just got, it scared the shit out of me, really, walk in there. But anyway, I got my nerve up over the next day or two, and there was a guy, I always remember his name was Barry. He was a really big guy. And I walked in again the second time, and he was basically, he took care of the gym. He used to oversee stuff. And when I walked in, he said hello to me, and he was so intimidating looking, but he said hello to me, and I said, hey, how you doing? And he said, oh, you've never been here before. And I said, no. And he couldn't have been friendlier, and he took me around the gym, and he showed me basic exercises. And then I just pretty much hit the ground running from there. And I always, I was a member of that YMCA, probably up until about 10 years ago when they finally closed. It was so old and beat up that they closed the building down. But through the years, I always had gym memberships, you know, and that was it. That was really where I got started. And like everybody else, you know, I have my peaks and valleys where there were times throughout the years where I didn't work out as much, and then sometimes I did. But I always kept it in my life to some degree from early on. Oh, you were in Alberta, B, okay. You guys just quit up there, huh? Trudeau just quit up there on you. Let's see who you're gonna get. Nah, but you know what it is, Luke? You know what I found over the years, and I tell people this too, don't be intimidated, because when you walk into the gym, and I'm not saying this to put people down, but most people don't even know what they're doing anyway. You know what I mean? So, and you always think that, you know, everybody else knows more than you, or they're bigger and stronger than you. But if you really look around and watch people in the gym, the majority really are unsure. So I tell people, walk in there like you own the place. You know, just pick up the weights and start doing stuff, and you'll fit right in, you know, because you always think that everybody's got their eye on you. They're worried about their own shit. You know what I mean? They're trying to feel their own way around, most of them, you know? And the guys, I might have got cut off, I'm sorry. But the guys that are really into themselves, they're into themselves anyway. So just let them be. But the majority of the people are just trying to do their own thing. So they're not worried about you, so don't be worried about them. See, that's it, B. That's exactly what I'm saying. Just go do your own thing. Put those headphones on, grab the weights, and worry about what you're doing. You know what I mean? And again, everybody's trying to get through their own day, so they're not too worried about you. You know, but there's no reason to be intimidated. Absolutely not. That's it, Luke. Even if you don't have them, you act like it. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, that's true, Goose. You know, and what I found too is when going back to that story at the YMCA when I first went there, so many of these guys, and I befriended them, and for the next 20, 25 years, I knew these guys, but they were so, it's amazing too, if you see somebody in the gym, and even though they might look intimidating, if you actually just walk up and have a conversation and say, hey, I noticed you're doing this exercise. They love to talk. I love it. I had a guy do it to me last night. Walked over to me and started asking me questions, but you'd be amazed if you just go to people and, listen, there's assholes everywhere. You're going to walk in, but generally speaking, if you were to approach somebody, most people are more than happy to help you out, So yeah, there's definitely no reason to be intimidated at all. Good morning, Magda. Good morning to you. There you go. Good for you, Goose. See, 70 years old. We were talking about this yesterday with Aldo, my friend Aldo from Crusades of Motivation. So this guy in his 70s, and what'd you say, he had a stroke? Surgery and a stroke. But he's still out there trying. And thank God he had somebody like you there to help him along. Right, so good on you for getting him his victory. But shout out to that guy, 70, surgery and a stroke, and he's out there trying. How many people stub their toe on a table and use that as an excuse not to go do anything? Well, I would if I didn't have this injury. Now here's a guy with a stroke, and he's out there looking to run up steps. I love to hear, good for him, man, and good for you for helping him out. Proud of you, brother. That's great. I love hearing that. Luke, if you have taken care of yourself better in high school, it's not too late, brother. It's not too late. What did I just say? What did Goose just say? The guy with the stroke and surgery, and he's running steps. No excuses. No excuses. Cut the bullshit. It's never too late. It's never too late to try. Yeah, that's what we were talking about yesterday with Aldo. He was reading a book. It was one of these positive thinking books. I forget the name, the exact title. But anyway, the term that they used in the book was excuse-itis. Everybody has an excuse, right? You always come up with excuse-itis. And it's true, just like I said. You know, how many times, well, you know, this doesn't feel right. I didn't sleep good. I'm not going to work out today. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. We look for every excuse to justify the things we're doing wrong. Trust me, I've been guilty of that my whole life. But that's a story for another video maybe. But we always look to justify everything that we do, right? And we have to justify our inaction. We have to make ourselves feel better, you know, in the moment. And then when we say it to other people, we think we're bullshitting other people. But at the end of the day, just like I said before, nobody cares. Nobody really gives a shit. So you have to do your own thing. That's right, Queen. You got to take that first step, and that's the mental part, right? That's why this isn't just a physical game. It's more a mental game too, right? Because actually coming out here and doing it, I mean, I feel better now because I can feel my hands. When I first came out, I wasn't, but I could have sat in the house this morning, gotten on a computer like I do many days, and just, well, I'm not going to go out there. It's too cold. Maybe I'll do it later, right? It's the mind. You have to overcome. It's a mental thing. Yeah, you're exactly right. The fact that he did it, the fact that he even tried to walk up the steps is what I'm saying, right? The fact that he could be sitting home or laying in bed saying, woe is me, I had a stroke, I had surgery, this is wrong with me, I could never do that again. The fact that this guy got up and left his house and went to those steps, right? And even attempted to walk up them. You know, and it was probably a godsend that you were there, because maybe, you know, who knows, maybe he would have, if he was there and you didn't come along to help him, maybe he would have given up, or maybe he would have said, maybe I'll come back tomorrow and try it. But the fact that you were there, there's a reason for everything in life, you know? But good for you and him. Much respect to both of you. Okay, Luke. All right, brother. I wasn't getting down on you. I'm just telling you there's no excuses, all right? I'm not going to listen to bullshit excuses. Yeah, they absolutely. I mean, it should be mandatory. Mandatory in school. There should be some type of physical education in every school. And it's not the case anymore, you know? But it's just ridiculous. Um, every single school system, every single day, there should be time allotted for kids to get some type of physical, anything. Whether they walk them around the schoolyard or, whatever, make them do some jumping jacks, anything. Open the windows in the class, get them outside, get them fresh air. Have the sun shining on them for a few minutes a day. Locking them into and then everything that they eat is sugar. So these poor kids are all hyped up, and then they're yelling at them, sit down and shut up. But they're so jacked up on sugar, and then they crash, and then they say, well, he's hyper, and then they'll turn around and say, well, he's not learning because he's always, because the sugar crash, and then, now they're looking to fall asleep, and then the teacher's smacking them in the head, wake up and pay attention. It's absurd what they're doing to these kids. It really is, And then what's the answer? Always. The answer is always medication. He's got AD. How many of these kids are running around jacked up on Ritalin and God only knows what else? It's really sad. Good morning, Ronan. And that's exactly the way it should be. That's exactly. Pull-ups and dips. I mean, come on. That's all you need. Pull-ups and dips, a little air, some sunshine, and I bet you those kids are as far as the learning curve, I bet you they're learning better. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's not like here in the U.S. where I don't even know the percentage, but it's high of these kids that are jacked up on these drugs. And the parents listen to these. That's all these doctors know. They don't know anything about true health. Everything is a symptom. You come in with he's jumping around, he's hyperactive, and then they put labels on every kid. But the first thing you got to look at is, what are you putting in their mouths? What are you putting in their body? But it's never looked at. And they know what's going on. Thanks, Queen. Appreciate that. But yeah, we got to, these kids, what they're doing to them, it's just, it's nonsense. It really is. It's torturous, and it's not, it's criminal. It really is criminal what they're doing to them. I mean, they're taking away everything. Kids are supposed to be up and moving and doing things, but to lock them in a room for 8 hours a day, and every time they make a move, stop, sit, shut up, don't do it. And again, and then you send them to lunch and they get jacked up on sugar, and then you bring them back into the room, sit down, shut up, don't move, listen to everything that I say. It's nonsense. It really is. But anyway, guys, all we could do is the best we could do, and you have to open your eyes. Just open your eyes and look around and see what's going on. It's right there for everybody. But that's what gets me too. I mean, some people, I believe, are starting to wake up to it. But so many people are just content to just sit back and be told what to do, and really just be victims. At the end of the day, they just want to be victims, So let me get another set in here, guys. Hey Eric, what's up, brother? Good morning. Just a yogi doing burpees in the space. Good morning, brother. Hope you're doing well. That's exactly what it is, Luke. You just summed it up very well. Nutrient deficient, high on sugar, and over medicated. That's really what it boils down to. You just summed up my whole rant. Appreciate that. Finn, okay, yeah, I definitely will. I'll check that out, Luke. I'm sure that anything's got to be better than what's going on in this country, that's for sure. And it's sad. It's really sad. Yes, Goose. So that, to your point, and I've mentioned this. I was at one place, one park, this Calisthenics park. So they basically have, it's beautiful. It's a new park. But anyway, they have a huge calisthenics setup, and then off to the other side is, the playground for the kids, the slides, and it's a really nice little setup. But the kids will gravitate off of the kids section and come to the calisthenics place. So a few months back, I was at this park, and it was myself, maybe one or two other guys that were working out on the calisthenics area. And the kids come over and they're playing around and they're doing their thing. And I kid you not, and I mentioned this in one of my videos, not one parent, there had to be 5 or 6 kids that came over and they were jumping on the bars and they were running around. Not one parent was out there on the playground with the kids. Every one of them was sitting on the bench. A couple of them were drinking energy drinks, right? Sitting there drinking, and they need energy to sit on the bench while their kids are playing around. It goes through me like a knife to watch that, and that's the reason, you know what I mean? But the kids are going to do what we do eventually. They're not going to do what we say. They're going to do what we do. And this is the example that they set, sitting there on the park bench while the kids are out there playing, overweight. This is what the kids grow up with. This is what they learn. This is what they see. This is the environment that they're in. And then you say, well, you can understand why they grow up to turn into that. But it goes through me like a knife. It really does. That's what it is. You have to be the example, Queen. You have to. You have to. And I said it all the time. If you don't have kids, you don't have anybody relying on you, go do what you want. You want to sit on the couch. You want to be overweight. You want to get high. You want to get drunk. Fine. But the minute you bring a kid into this world, you better smarten up. Because now it's on you. That kid's your responsibility. And none of this bullshit, well, when he turns 18, he's on his own. Bullshit. You bring a child into this world, that's your kid till you take your last breath. That's another thing that goes through these people. No, well, when he's 18, he's on his own. He could be, bullshit. From the minute that baby is born till the minute you take your last breath, you're the example. You're the parent. You do everything you can do to help your own son or daughter. What's up, Kenny? I hope you're doing well, Eric. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, Ronan, it really is sad what's going on with this. Really is. Queen, honestly, I wish I could tell you. I have set days and times, but I really don't. I don't know. I'll try to, I don't know if you have what do they tell you? Hit the notification button. What I try to do is at least put schedule it a little bit in advance. So maybe I'll try and do that and get a little better with it, but I really don't have a set schedule. Yeah, unfortunately, Goose, they are the minority, but again, and even here, like I said, some people are starting to wake up. I know with my daughter, you know, like I said, my second grandson's on the way. So my daughter, her peers, like, you know, the girls that she grew up with that are, and they're now having kids. When I have conversations with my daughter, they're all starting to wake up and see what's going on. So it seems like they're all, they kind of get it now. You know what I mean? I hope that they're trying to be healthier. They're trying to pass that on to their kids. It seems like as they got older, my daughter and her clique of friends there, they started changing their perspective on things. And I think hopefully they're going to pass it on to their kids. So. Yeah, I mean, again, the parent has to be the example. I'm not saying that the parent's got to bring the kid to the park and start doing muscle ups and all this, but at least make an attempt to be out there with the kid. Move. You know what I mean? Do something. Be next to the kid. Throw the ball. Get on the monkey bars, like you said, with the kid, and just play around. But don't just walk over and go ahead, go play, and then you sit your fat ass on a bench and drink an energy drink or whatever else you're doing. Kenny asking me if I train with my son. I do periodically. We'll catch a workout together. Yeah, that's it, Luke. They're gonna do what you do, not what you say, for the most part. Good morning, Joey. How you doing, brother? All right, guys, I think that was about 10 sets. I don't even know. I got to talking, lost track. Appreciate everybody that was here. Goose, congratulations again on the Bambino. 8 weeks away. It's gonna be a whole nother world, brother. Luke, I appreciate you being here. Queen, Magda, Frankie as usual with the wrench, BG. Everybody check out my friend Eric, just a yogi in his basement doing burpees. Eric, I think you should be a little more specific with your title so people know what you're doing. But that's up to you. Check out my friend Joey Calisthenics. Again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I hope everybody stays safe, stay healthy. Gravity Core, hello and goodbye on the way out. Appreciate you popping in. But everybody stay safe, get your reps in, have a good day. And Queen, I'll do my best to send out a notice when I'm gonna go live and do it more regularly, I promise. But I appreciate you being here. Everybody go have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks, guys.